Okay, what if you could actually measure your meditation? I mean, really. Today, we're going to dive into something pretty cool, how a centuries-old spiritual framework got turned into a live, interactive AI app. We're talking about taking a really abstract idea and making it into a tool you can actually use.
So let's just start with a really simple but kind of profound question. When you say you had a good meditation session, what does that even mean? Seriously, how do you know? How do you measure a feeling that's happening inside you?
All right, so that's where we're going to start, trying to measure something that feels, well, unmeasurable. Think about it. We live in an age where we track everything, right? Our steps, our heart rate, our sleep, you name it. But when it comes to meditation, this super internal, personal practice, we're mostly just guessing. It's a total shot in the dark.
So, to figure out what a good meditation session really is, the creator of this app did something kind of genius. They started by figuring out what it isn't. They used this ancient Vedic principle called niti niti. It literally means not this, not this. It's this amazing process of elimination. You just keep chipping away at what's false until only the truth is left.
And check this out. This is exactly what that process revealed. On the left, you've got all the junk metrics we get hung up on. Oh, I sat for 30 minutes, or I didn't move an inch, or I saw some cool lights. Turns out that's all just noise, side effects. The real measures, what's left after niti niti, are these three internal states: absorption, peace, and joy. That's it. That's the real stuff.
So how do you take those three core ideas and turn them into an actual tool? Well, they become the foundation. They become this kind of ancient inner yardstick you can use to measure your own progress.
Okay, so here's the breakdown. It's actually super simple. Absorption, that's all about your focus. Peace, that's your inner calm. And joy, well, that's about your sense of contentment. The three of them together, they give you a real, tangible way to look back on your session and understand what was actually going on inside.
And get this, the way this whole thing was built is a story in itself. We're not talking about a big team of coders in Silicon Valley. Nope, this was one person basically just talking to an AI. They called it vibe coding. They literally just had a conversation and turned that vibe into actual code. It's this wild mix of ancient wisdom and super futuristic tech.
Okay, so enough talk. Let's actually see this thing in action. We're going to walk through a demo of the monitor and see exactly how these three levers turn your inner state into something you can actually see.
All right, first up, we've got absorption, the red lever. When it's all the way down at 0, your mind is just scattered. We've all been there. Now, as you start to slide it up, you move past mind wandering, and right around 60%, you hit steady attention. That's a good place to be. But if you keep pushing, you get into deep concentration, and finally, all the way at the top, laser focus, total one-pointed awareness.
Next up is the peace lever, the green one. At the bottom, your mind is turbulent, just a stormy sea of thoughts. But as you slide it up, that restlessness starts to fade, and you find shanti. That's that first little taste of real peace. Keep going, you move into a gentle peace, then deep calm, and if you can get it up past 90%, you're at perfect serenity. Just this profound, totally undisturbed stillness.
And finally, our third lever, joy, in blue. This one starts from a heavy heart, but as you slide it up, you discover santosha. That's a yogic term for just contentment. It's a great feeling. From there, it blossoms into this warm, content state, then into deep joy, and at the very top, pure bliss. We're talking about ananda, the real deal bliss of consciousness.
Okay, so those are the individual levers. Kind of cool, right? But the real magic, the real power of this thing is how they all work together. When you start combining absorption, peace, and joy, the monitor can actually show you the classical stages of the whole yogic journey.
So what we're about to see is that entire journey unfold right here in the app. We're going to start at the very beginning, then move into dharana, which is concentration. After that, we'll hit jhana, or true meditation. And then we'll reach for the ultimate goal, samadhi.
So here we are, right at the start. All three levers are at 0. And the app, well, it doesn't pull any punches. It just says, dude, you are not meditating. I love that. This is square one. Your mind is scattered, turbulent, and you've got a heavy heart. It's basically the universe telling you, okay, time to get to work. But watch this. The moment you move any lever, even just a tiny bit, the state changes to dharana. This is the stage where you're building your focus. It's the effort stage.
As long as any one of those 3 levers is below the 50% mark, you're in Tharana. You're actively working to get that mind steady.
Okay, now watch what happens when we get all 3 levers past the 50% mark. Boom, the state shifts to dhyana. This is it. This is real, sustained meditation. It means your focus, your peace, and your joy are all in sync. They're all working together. You're not just trying to concentrate anymore, you're actually in it. It's that state of flow.
And there's even a special state hidden inside dhyana. If you can get all 3 of those levers to be within 10 points of each other, the app calls it perfect balance. And that's exactly what it is. It means your practice is totally harmonious and integrated. No one thing is out of whack. It's like meditation mastery in real time.
But there's one final state, the big one, the peak experience that this whole thing is pointing to. So what happens if we take all 3 of these levers and just slide them all the way to the top?
100%. We're talking maximum absorption, perfect peace, and pure bliss, all at the exact same time.
And there it is, Samadhi. The monitor calls it complete absorption in divine consciousness. This is the mountaintop. This is the ultimate goal of the whole journey, that state of total unity where the little you just dissolves.
Wow. Okay, so after seeing that incredible journey, let's just step back for a second. Let's talk about what this tool is really for. Because it's not a video game you're trying to win, it's something much, much deeper. It's really designed to be a mirror for your own mind.
And this is super important to get. This is a tool you use after you meditate to reflect. It's not some biometric tracker measuring your brainwaves while you're sitting. Think of it more like a compassionate mirror. It just helps you translate those subtle internal feelings into a clear visual picture. It gives you a language to talk about your own inner experience.
So why does any of this matter? Well, for meditators, it's an amazing visual guide for your inner journey. For developers, it's a totally new way of thinking about building things, just talking to an AI. And for the rest of us, I think it's proof that technology and consciousness don't have to be at odds. They can actually grow together in some really cool ways.
And all of this leaves us with one last big question to think about. This whole project is such a powerful example of using modern tech to explore ancient wisdom. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How else can technology serve as more than just a tool for the outside world, but as a true mirror for our own inner world?